Have you seen Zeno's true appearance yet? When we saw this being for the first time, so small and cheerful, we couldn't stop wondering why all the gods of destruction are afraid of him, right? Even because at first he seemed so harmless that it was impossible to imagine that he is capable of destroying everything that exists in the blink of an eye. Now one thing is a fact. Zeno carries gigantic power inside a small body. This is something he doesn't do. It makes a lot of sense, because we are used to seeing the most powerful ones being gigantic. Maybe Dragon Ball wanted to ironize this by putting such a small being with a silly face as the most powerful of animes. But maybe Zeno is also hiding in a shell, which if case is broken, all his power will be released, and that's why he uses this disguise, this small body to contain himself. Does that make sense to you? Well, we can't judge by appearance either, because when Whis appeared we would never say that he is more powerful than Beerus, and it turned out that he is more powerful, not only than Beerus, but also that all the gods of destruction together. But that's okay. If Zeno hides his true form, what is he really like? I believe his head is going to explode with this theory, so already click on like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now without further ado, come with me. Zeno is always shown to be feared and respected wherever he goes. Everyone is afraid of him, because he is unpredictable and can destroy everything out of nowhere if he gets angry. Worst of all is that anything can irritate him, from the most silly to the most serious. So much so that previously he destroyed 6 universes, out of 18 that existed, so only 12 remained.
I mean, instantly destroy an entire universe!
Oh yes! The fact is, we used to have 18 universes instead of only 12.
It's completely insane, so we just wiped out the other 6!
It doesn't take much to provoke him either. Any perceived insult and the next thing you know, pow! Bye-bye!
Including all of Zeno's important participation in history was related to the destruction of something, when he appeared in the Black Saga, and the Power Tournament itself as well, where he destroyed all losing universes, that is, encompassing destruction, and everything ended up generating a negative image for Zeno, where nobody wants to approach him. It is clear, all the gods of destruction avoid him, because they know his unpredictability, and all that prevents him from making friends. Zeno proves to be very needy too, because nobody wants to get close to him. The only people he has are security guards and Daishinkan. But it's not a friendship relationship, it's just business, you know? And why can Zeno be as aggressive at times as he is with his security guards and other people? Well, Zeno probably always wanted to be a child, but he never could, due to the enormous power and immense responsibility he carries. So this was always a frustration for him. That's why he has this childish personality. But what about the body? Well, Zeno's body is like that by choice. He himself chose to have this body. Do you think that someone who can destroy several universes couldn't just change bodies if he wanted to? In other words, Zeno hides in this body simply by wishing he was a child, but in fact he is giant and resplendent. And I can prove it, because in Dragon Ball Super it has already been shown that in his palace the planets and universes are small next to him. Do you remember? So it is clear that this is not Zeno's true form, and that he hides his true appearance from us. But the good thing about all this is that it keeps the character's mystery, making him richer, as it would be very superficial if he were just a good child with a lot of power and who is in charge of everything. Do you agree?
When Zeno first appeared, we all asked, why are the gods of destruction afraid of a silly-looking short guy? That's when we discovered that he carries a gigantic power, capable of destroying entire universes in a matter of seconds. We saw a little of that in the Tournament of Power, you remember, right? But one thing doesn't make sense in my head. The power that Lord Zeno carries is too big for his small body, don't you think? What if this body he's using is just a disguise? So guys, Zeno has an extraordinary power. Whis himself said that there is no one above him.
The Omni King is the most supreme of all deities, ruling over our entire multiverse. In the hierarchy of the gods, there is no one above him.
Which maybe was a bluff. After all, Super Shenlong also has unlimited power. Nothing is impossible for him, and the power of a dragon god is limited to the power of its creator. So theoretically there is someone above Zeno, who is the creator of the Super Dragon Balls, Zerama.
What happened?
But that's beside the point at the moment. How is it possible that a character who appears to be so fragile can carry such a power? I know we shouldn't judge by appearances, but let's use the Daishinkan as an example. He is very powerful and has a huge presence. He appears to be very powerful. Goku himself said that Daishinkan has that air of superiority, unlike Zeno.
あの人ああ見えてなかなか強そうな感じだな。
よくわかりましたね。
Maybe Lord Zeno hides in this body, because his mentality is that of a child. We noticed that he never had friends. This may have affected him a lot, making him want to be a child for the rest of his life, because he feel this emptiness, understand? That's why he asked Goku to play with him, because he needed a friend. No one ever wanted to approach him out of fear, and Goku was different.
I'm not asking much. I just want a friend, you see?
What I'm getting at is that actually Zeno's true appearance is resplendent, giant and gleaming, like a true god, but he hides all this in a child's body. Maybe not to scare people or fill that emotional void ever. But what do you think of this theory? This video is ending. Don't forget to rate and comment if possible. Thanks for listening. A big hug to all. Until next time, bye.